Well, you can hear that squeal. It's a Dapple Royal Scot, a beautiful looking model. But I think it's only been run about twice. And I've tried to take it apart and I've run into a problem. So we'll just bring it back around here. Oh, so now it decides to run okay. Well, that's interesting. And we'll try it forwards. Wow. Let me show you. Oh, there you go. Usual problem when you want it to work, it doesn't, and so on and so forth. So let's just see if I can point out what was happening here. So I'd never taken this apart, and you know, there was 2 screws in here. Well, that's actually mainline, sorry. There were 2 screws holding this part of the chassis in, and then underneath the front bogie there was another screw, and there's another screw down in there. Don't know if you can see it. Anyway, so I undid all of them and was able to get in there with some electrical contact cleaner, thinking, well, maybe that'll do it. Well, it didn't. So then I tried to take it apart, but I've run into a problem with, I think these are the pickups here. Now, if I turn it over, you'll see, you know, that maybe that's supposed to represent a sandbox, but I'm having difficulty getting that off. And then, you know, I can get it up to about here. Oh, it just came off. That was tricky. Let's see if we can get into a better light here. So it's one of these sealed units, and I haven't had any experience with this. Now, I believe, you know, if I take it apart, that might create some problems. And I guess there's some kind of a ring-field motor in there. Now, maybe if I get in there and get some oil in there, it might help. And we'll try it around the other side. Yeah, the same thing. A totally different arrangement. And as I said, I don't particularly want to get into it. Anyway, it's it's a beautiful model, absolutely no question. And what I like about it is that that front bogie is on a spring, which helps keep it on track, which is really very, very good. Anyway, I'll try and get some oil in there and then we'll give it a run. Well, a tiny drop in there, and maybe, let's see, a tiny drop in here, if I could measure. I guess this is what's called a split chassis. And then I guess that's the other side of the bearing, the chassis, sorry, the axle of the bearing. I imagine it's never been taken apart. Right, so let's get it back on the track and hopefully that's an improvement. Okay, so here goes. Wrong way, change direction. Oh, well, that sounds so much better. Just need to make sure to get that tender on right. Well, that's fantastic. Very pleased with that because, as I say, I don't have any experience whatsoever with these split chassis, and you know, I've heard and seen that they can be problematic, and I think Double O Bill pointed that out on one or two of his locomotives. Anyway, I'll get the body back on and hopefully it runs just as well. What I don't like about it is the location of that screw. It's a little bit problematic to get it in. I managed to get that front one in. The one at the rear is a bit more challenging because you don't get as much access, but give it a go. Success. I was able to get that one in. A bit challenging with its location. Not really sure what this is for, that post, because the tender hook seems to ride in that slot there. Anyway, got that back on. Just the other two on here should be, they're relatively simple. So we'll get it back together and then back on the track. Okay, let's see what it will do. Yeah, that's very good. That's excellent. Really happy with this because it's such a nice locomotive. Just get it back round. We'll hook up some wagons, see how it fares. Oh, there you go, no problem. That's so much better. Very frustrating when you're not really sure how to approach the problem and how to solve it with a new type of locomotive and the motor, that whole assembly of the split chassis. pretty daunting, but what a beautiful locomotive it is. So it just proves with a little bit of patience and perseverance, that you can get things working, get problems solved, be sort of systematic, diligent in your approach. And you know, the thing about this, I bought it, and I think I bought it on eBay a couple of years back, and it was on a presentation stand. So the guy in the States said, I really don't know what it does, and had never run it. So it's sort of brand new condition, and maybe that was one reason, you know, the lubrication had dried out on it, and so all it would need is a good run. So maybe I'll just let it run on its own for a while without any load. I've put it on the other track, which has got the longest run, so running it off of this little controller here, which is really very good, and I'm eager to test this one out and try and convert it so that it operates like this one. In other words, I'll have a stop, go and reverse. Yeah, this will take some time to think out, but we'll get through it. And if any of you smart guys out there can tell me how I might connect this variable resistance from H&M up into my system, I'd appreciate it. Now, down here I've got the H&M clipper, and I presume that it connects through that. Anyway, so here goes. As I said, it's like a brand new loco. Up around the scrapyard there. Be nice if I could get that bridge involved, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. And there you go, like problem free. Anyway, that's terrific, and I think a big shout out to Double O Bill for sharing that video. Oh, bogies come off the track a little bit there. Oh, back on. Anyway, as I was saying, a big shout out to Buffalo Bill. Sorry, Double O Bill, because you know, seeing him deal with that problem with the split chassis, and how challenging it was. Oh, there must be a bad point there when that's coming off. Okay. So you've got to pay attention. Must be something. Must be something on the track back there. See how it does, running a little bit quicker. Yeah, that same point. Okay, let me deal with that. Well, I changed the track because I can't see exactly what is going on back here. I'll need to move out this train and clear away so that I can check it out. But got it on this other track and it seems to be running problem free. I'll maybe set it up with some coaches and put it under load and see how it goes. Okay, so I've now got it set up with 3 Triang Hornby composite coaches and one of my sleeper coaches from the Gresley collection with the new steel wheels on it. So let's see how it performs. Just try and keep it down at a reasonable speed. I think some of these BR composite coaches could do with re-wheeling. As you can see, it's no problem for a locomotive like that one to pull a rake, and as I said, the loco itself probably just needs a good run in, but that is excellent. Very happy with this, and would encourage anybody who has one of these mainline locomotives with a split chassis, if you run into problems, it appears to be an easy fix. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short little video from Partick Hill Station. Come back, see us again, and remember, give us a big thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Thanks very much, and bye for now.